welcome to another edition of the Balking Dead. And I'm your host, Sharpie's Bets. And this show is still sponsored by Prize Picks. So if you haven't already, go on over to Prize Picks and use promo code PUBSPORTS. Your first match deposit up to $100. They will match deposit you. So do us a favor, do you a favor, and go on over to Prize Picks and use that promo code PUBSPORTS. Let's get into a quick recap yesterday. On Prize Picks, we talked about two plays. I was ass wrong on Drew, ass Musin, 4.5 strikeouts. He had 3 through 3, but gave up lots of home runs yesterday, guys. He definitely had 2 strikes and numerous of at-bats, but wasn't looking good, and I don't make excuses. It fucking lost. So I had a mediocre day, pretty much fucking broke even, lost a little bit of juice yesterday, and I stressed out way too much to break even. So thank God I got some live bets and then the Dodger game. Jose Altuve, like we said, after an 0-4 is money in the fucking bank, guys. He brought us in some easy cash. We can't hate him for that. So let's keep this train going. Yeah, this fucking chat is rocking today. Money, money, money. Let's fucking go. So, other props we did talk about. In the Brewers and Cubs games, I wanted Renfroe. He did not play yesterday. Then we get into the Astros game. Chad Pinder did not do shit for me. 2+ at +152 did not come through. On the other hand, Jose Altuve at -112, 2+ bases did miss out on the +700, 6+ bases because he was pulled in the 7th. But hopefully he's back in it again today. So, yeah. Then we get into the Drew Rasmussen. Lost him on the K-prop. Definitely was the wrong side, like I said at the beginning of the show. And on to the other one where we did cash. We did cash with Gallen's K-prop. We were on the 5.5. He only got 6. I projected him for 7, and you got to take in that account of what if he doesn't get that 7. So I always play over 1.5 my projection, and hey, projected him for that, and he got a 6. So we cashed there, but some people said, fuck yeah, Cash Gallen, hit me up on the chat or in the DM. And realistically, I was like, I wasn't happy, bro. 1-1 is not okay with me. It's just not. I expect to win me fucking money, win us money. So let's get on to it. We have 4 games to talk about today, and we have the chat actually rocking. So smash the fucking like if you haven't. Hit the share, hit the retweet, and let's hope our buddy Nadal wins us some cash today. Because, we could be hitting some decent amount of the baby. So, first game up, guys. White Sox at Blue Jays. I did bet a K-prop today, so we'll get into it. Lucas Giolito versus Kevin Gausman. Nadal just broke Joker on the first set. Lucas Giolito versus Kevin Gausman. Giolito is 3-1 with a 2.63 ERA and 7 starts. He's been solid as they can be. No game with more than 3 earned runs. Coming in off a quality start off the Boston Red Sox, who've been tearing the fucking cover off the ball. Last year versus the Jays, he played them 1 time. 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, and 6 strikeouts. Jays versus right-handed pitching. Over the last 15 days, they are walking 10.1%, only striking out 20.4, 231 average, 708 OPS, and an isolated power of 159. His K-prop is at 6 at -113, and on Prize Picks, it's at 5.5. His fantasy score is at 33.5. I would be looking at his fantasy score over. I'd be looking at his K-prop over. I am on his K-prop over 5.5, guys. That's the K-prop I am on. Walk numbers say don't play it. Strikeout numbers say don't play it. His past tells me to play it. His present tells me to play it. And on the road, guys, he has twice as many strikeouts on the road than he does at home. So he has 19 innings, 32 strikeouts on the road, 18 innings, 19 strikeouts at home. So we're getting him where he strikes out people more, and I'm projecting him to go 6+ innings. Can he not get me 6 strikeouts and 6+ innings? Yes, the fuck he can. So that's where I'm at personally there. So let's get on into the Kevin Gausman side of this. 4-3 with a 2.25 ERA and 9 starts, and every game this year has 3 earned runs or less. Just a fucking beast. What a signing by the Blue Jays, and I'm glad he's out of my division. He has walked 5 people all year with 65 strikeouts. Now he gets the White Sox. We already know the White Sox, guys, they're not walking. 6.8% of the time is not good. The strikeout 19.4. That's really good. Okay, cool. I see that. 244 average, 647 OPS, and an isolated power of 101. On K-Prop, I mean, it's at 7+ at -137, or 6 is at -159, guys. I am going to bet the 6 at -159 in this game, too. Oh, y'all didn't know I was on 2 today, and it happens to be the same game. I've seen this too many times. Yes, the strikeout numbers say no with Gausman, guys, but these walk numbers are something to pay attention to. He don't walk people. He strikes people out. So give me some Kevin Gausman's K-Prop over 6 at -159. I'm not going to take him to the 7, even though I expect him to get 7. I want the safer number. And I expect him to go 6-7 innings and to have at least a strikeout per. So give me some Kevin Gausman. Give me some Lucas Giolito today. His price, like his fantasy score is at 33.5. I don't mind looking at either or of those guys, but definitely will be on them today. White Sox pin is a 4.27 ERA, 25th in the league. Trash, where the Jays pin is a 3.96 ERA, 18th in the league. So both these pins, not much to write home about. No run first inning is at a -130. And no one of these batters have more than 10 at-bats off of either pitcher, which is a advantage pitcher, guys. So I expect more strikeouts the first time through the lineup than the second and third time, but still, I still expect them to be there. I expect quality starts from both, 6 innings from both, and the strikeouts to be there today. One person I will be taking a bet on today, guys, in this game is Bo Bichette. 9 hits, 16 bases in his last 5 games. He's a fucking beast. He likes some high-velocity fastballs. So 2+ bases is at even money. So give me some of that even money, please, and motherfucking thank you. So, yeah, we on a little bit more than I thought in this game. But it's all right. We get into another game that I'm fucking loving today, guys, that I am loving today. The truth. We got the fucking homies and everybody up in the chat, guys. So shout out to you all. You guys are fucking rocking. Sorry I'm not peeping in on the chat yet. I've got way too much money that I'm trying to win off in the dolls. So that is up on my live board with my live cash out bet. So let's just keep this train rolling. I'll pull it up at the end and answer any questions about props. So get to the props. Let's keep it going. And big day today ahead for us. Blake Snell, guys. 0-2 with a 6 ERA coming off of 3 earned runs in 5 innings versus the Brewers. Brewers who are not hitting lefties. Back to last year, guys. He's a fucking different pitcher on the road than he is at home. There was a 4-run difference in his ERA last year at home, and there's already a 2-run difference in just 2 games this year. So, what does that tell me? That tells me that I'm not really stressing on my guy. But what I am stressing on is how the fucking Cardinals eat left-handed fucking pitching. Eat. 9.7 walk percentage over the last 15 days. If you want to go 30, it gets even better to 12%. They are striking out 15 to 30 days numbers, 13.5%, guys. Just they're not striking out the lefties with a 315 average, 850 OPS, and an isolated power of 140. So the runs really ain't coming. The hits and the power are there, guys. But they have had people on base, and they're just not really getting them in. Lauer had a lot of traffic last week, and they didn't capitalize on that. So what is there to capitalize on? To me personally, his K-Prop's at 6+ -124, 5.5 on Prize Picks, fantasy score 27.5. I hate betting unders, guys. I don't like betting unders because every time I bet an under, I get fucking tossed on my head. So I bet freaking Blake Snell to the under 5.5 today, guys. I mean, no, I have a bad record at betting unders because I strictly look at numbers, and that doesn't always tell the truth. So I just know Blake Snell on the road. I know what the Cardinals do, and I expect a bad day from Blake Snell. His fantasy score is at 27.5. They dropped it to 25.5. So they know, too, that the Cardinals hit lefties. Someone hit them with some big bets on Prize Picks. Adam Wainwright is 5-4 with a 3.12 ERA and 9 starts. Coming in off his worst start of the fucking year, which wasn't that bad, guys. He did give up 10 hits, though, which was bad. He was just able to get out of it, and a good quality pitcher can get out of bad situations, and he got out of a lot of shitty situations last week versus the Brewers. who may just happen to have his number this year, guys, because that's the second time this year they've done put a fucking smacking on Mr. Adam Wainwright. He has the same home away ERA this year, but if we go back to last year, he was a run better at home. I like Adam Wainwright at home. I like the Cardinals versus a lefty. It has been profitable to me the last few years. I am going to be back on the St. Louis money line again today, and first five split up the bet, first five full game. I am attacking Blake Snell. I'm attacking Cardinals versus a lefty and Wainwright at home. This is just what I bet. Padres over the last 15 days, they're not walking. They are walking only 6% of the time with a 22 strikeout percentage, 242 average, 611 OPS, and an isolated power of 082. Other than Manny Machado, this team is very pitchable around, so they haven't been hitting all year, and I don't expect them to start hitting tonight, so I expect a bounce back from Wainwright versus a team. Last year, he did play the Padres 2 times, one bad, one good game. The good game did come in St. Louis, where I like to bet Wainwright on. So give me Wainwright at home, please, and motherfucking thank you. All right, guys, I got to do it. And then I'll turn it off. $100 on Djokovic right fucking now. Bam. We're done. All right, guys. Now I've just arbitraged Nadal Djokovic to make at least $125 to $200, depending on who wins. No stress coming from Sharpie now. We got cash in the bank. And I come on over here. We got 13 fucking likes. Smash it if you already haven't, guys. And let's talk about a couple player props. They do have Wainwright's K-prop at 4+ at -139, 3.5 on Prize Picks. His fantasy scores at 27.5. Wainwright at home is usually a quality start in his sleep. So I would play his fantasy score over 27.5. He is not a strikeout pitcher. He can get the strikeouts. He is a quality pitcher, guys. He will get the strikeouts when needed and the ground ball when needed. So depending on the situation, that's how he pitches. So he will pitch to contact and go 7, 8, 9 innings. And that's why I do like his fantasy score, because then it gives us the quality start and gives us in line for the win. If they happen to put Blake Snell out there for the third time through the lineup, go live bet St. Louis, whether they're up or down. Just take the runs, minus the runs, whatever you have to do. Blake Snell is the worst or one of the worst pitchers in the history of baseball third time through the lineup. Last week he went third time through the lineup. I jumped on that shit versus the Brewers. And yeah, single, took him out the game, home run. That's just what happens, Blake Snell, through third time through the lineup. And if he goes and sees St. Louis 3 times, oh, may Lord be with him. And he may do good the first 2 times through, guys. He's a fucking legit ace pitcher. First time through, 2 times through the lineup. That's the issue with Blake Snell. And until Melvin jumps on the train of not letting him see 3, because last week they even brought it up after in the press conference. They're like, well, why'd you let Snell go back third time through the lineup? And he said Snell looked really good. He was hitting his spots. There was 2 singles given up. There were hard-hit singles, man. So whatever you want to say, Melvin, thank you. Just leave him out there 3 times through the lineup so we can capitalize. Cards Pin has a 3.80 ERA, 16th in the league, and the Padres are 3.66, 13th in the league, and the Padres have a 3.80. No run first inning is at a -115. There's so many players to talk about in this game. And I think I'm only betting 1, guys. And on Prize Picks, I didn't even put them on the Prize Picks because it registered later, guys. Goldsmith, 2+ bases is at +106. I will be betting that. Arenado is at 2+ at +134. And Pujols is at 1 hit at -152. All these guys crush lefties and eat lefties for a living, guys. But Goldsmith, I believe, is on a 21-game hit streak with 30 straight games on base. His on-base percentage is through the roof. His hit percentage is through the roof. And he eats lefties for breakfast. So give me Goldsmith at 2+ bases at +106 as a bet for me. And on Prize Picks, I want him over 1.5 walks and hits. Just like with Machado the other day, we had to take advantage of a guy who will take his walks. And Snell can be erratic. And if he is erratic, Goldsmith will walk. And that can fuck me on my 2+ bases. But on Prize Picks, it's a great spot to be looking at walks and hits. Then we get into the one Padre that I'm going to stay off of today. They have him at minus 124 at 2+ bases for Manny Machado. He is coming off of an injury, and he did play last game. He went 1 for 5, and minus 124 is not the spot I want to be looking at on him. So, 1 second. All right, I had to yell at the kids to go get the dog because they don't listen to a dog barking because they'd rather play video games. So Manny Machado is 14 at bats, is batting 267 off Wainwright with 1 home run. So I can't hate anybody who wants to play Machado. Minus 124 is not the number I want Machado at unless it's versus a lefty. So that's where I want Machado. The one spot I will bet in this is Cardinals money line and first 5 split up. And I want Goldsmith 2+ bases at plus 106. I see my guys up in there. Noli fucking may know something. Chester Cat, my guy sticking up for me for all my F-bombs. I appreciate you, bro. I went back and seen that. My guy Trey Day, the dog broke him first point. Yes, he did. And I already dropped some money on him, Trey. So I'm good both ways. Laugh at me, hate me. I got my money coming. So we're going to get into the last game. I think it's the last game. Nope, we got 2 more games. That's what happens when you get baked like a cake, guys. Brewers at Cubs. And I bet you a lot of people thought I was on K props here. And I can't hate anybody playing Eric Lauer, and there will be a lot of people on there, Eric Lauer. Look what Aaron Ashby did to them the other day. Huh? You like Gossman over 18.5 outs? I'll get to you on that, Preston, after the show. Let me actually dig up some shit before I answer that because I want to look at numbers. But I will actually get to you on that, Preston. All right, we got Eric Lauer versus Justin Steele. Eric Lauer's 5-1 with a 2.31 ERA, 55 strikeouts in 46 innings. Been solid as fuck, and he's won us a lot of money this year, guys. He did do very well last week, but the strikeouts weren't there versus who? The St. Louis Cardinals. Don't make me laugh because I am psychotic. And man, you're making me laugh. All right, guys. But like I said, he did well last week versus the Cardinals. And 5 innings, 1 run, and 6 strikeouts. Don't make me laugh again. Let me start that over. He pitched versus the Cubs last year's 5.1 inning, 1 earned run, 6 strikeouts. He faced them again April 30th this year, 7 innings, 1 earned run, and 11 strikeouts. So we're on his K prop, right? Like, what the fuck, bro? We got to smash it, right? I can't hate you if you want to. Let me tell you a little bit of how I lose money. All right, guys. We've seen all the strikeouts yesterday from Ashby. That, to me, tells me that a team who just struck out like that, they're going to be swinging first pitch a lot. They are okay with getting outs instead of striking out. These are professional fucking hitters. So this is where I have to learn to stay off, even though the numbers do say play it. Over the last 15 days, the numbers that tell me not to play it is 10.5 walk percentage. What says play it is 29% strikeout percentage. What tells me there's volatility here, guys, 267 average, 807 OPS, and an isolated power of 198. The Cubs are fucking hitting lefties, guys, at the end of the day. And I know Eric Lauer's been good, and he's pitched well versus teams that's done good versus lefties. But what worked there was the strikeouts. He pitched well, so I'd be looking at his fantasy score, even though they weren't offering that on Prize Picks. I think they know something there, guys. His strikeouts is at 6 on Prize Picks, and that's minus 152, and his K prop is 7+, and that's at even money, guys. So you are getting value if you want to strikeout props. They're baiting you to bet his strikeout. And like I said, the numbers say yes. What he did to him earlier this year says yes. Sharpie says, I'm going to kick back and watch. I hope whoever bets it cashes it. I know people will be on it because it's a play that says you probably should play it. But I know baseball better than most people. So I'm going to kick back and watch. And I would not be surprised if Eric Lauer doesn't get his K prop today. On the other hand, Justin Steele, 1-5 with a 5.4 ERA. He's the story of hit and miss, guys. He's faced the Brewers 2 times this year. First game of the season in Chicago, 5 innings, 4 hits, 0 earned runs. And then April 30th in Milwaukee, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, and only 3 innings. It matches his home road splits, guys, at the end of the day. He is a different pitcher at home than on the road. He has a 4 ERA at home and a 7 on the road. Now he gets a team that just can't fucking hit lefties, guys. They are walking 10.3%, striking out only 22% of the time. Those numbers say they should be hitting lefties. They're not striking out and they're walking. Like, what the fuck? Why are you only batting 192 with a 596 OPS? Like, that's just absurd, guys. And Milwaukee's last year, Milwaukee at the beginning of this year, and back to now, just ain't hitting left-handed pitching. So until they do, you've got to ride some Justin Steele, guys. His K prop is at 5+ at +125, and is 4.5 on Prize Picks. I wouldn't be looking at his K prop personally. I'd want his fantasy score, and they didn't have that up yet. So these little bastards over there are being sneaky with things. So certain things I just can't bet because they want to only give me certain things. So I expect both these guys' fantasy scores to be lit and live today, and they're not offering them. So maybe they are now, but I checked 30 minutes before this show. No one has more than 10 at-bats off each pitcher, and I don't know if he's fucking hurt, and they're not offering him on the books again, so maybe he is hurt. The only freaking batter I would want is Hunter Renfroe. I explained it yesterday. Him versus lefties, he's batting 325 with 1,100 OPS. He wasn't in the lineup yesterday, so I didn't have time to go check up. That's one thing I'm going to check up. They didn't have no props out on him, so let's just let it be. But hopefully he's in the lineup, and I expect him to go out and do some big boy things today and would want his 2+ bases. Then we get into the last game of the day. Astros and A's. Christian Javier and Frankie Montas. Should be a good game. Should be a good game. I missed the total. It was at a 7. Now it's at a 6.5. I just got robbed on it. So, oh well. Is what it is. That's what happened. Javier's 3-2 with a 2.43 ERA and 6 starts. He did start the year in the bullpen doing long relief. So 6 starts so far. Excuse me. He's allowed 1 run in his last 2 games combined, and it's confusing to look at his record versus the A's last year. In 6 games, it looked like he only started 2 of them. He had 0 earned run in his home start and a quality start in Oakland. He did play him 6 times, and if you look at his ERA, it looked really bad. So I had to look into it, and it looked like 4 of those games were out the bullpen. 2 of those games, he pitched 5 or 6 innings. He pitched 5 innings at home and 0 earned runs, 6 innings in Oakland with 3 earned runs. Quality start. What he did have was 7 and 9 strikeouts, guys. And what the Oakland A's are not doing is they're not walking. They're striking out. They are getting on base, so 6.6 walk percentage, 26 strikeout percentage, 270 average with a 770 OPS and a 181 ISO. So they are scoring some runs with some power. Other than that, they're not doing anything, guys. So on Prize Picks, they have it at 6. 6 is minus 239 on the books. That is a must play today. Christian Javier on Prize Picks, 6 strikeouts. 7+ is minus 104, and a push is minus 240. They are not offering his fantasy score because, like I said, he would smash that too. It seems like they're getting on to things, guys. In football, they wouldn't give everybody's props either. And it seems like they're not giving everybody's props certain things here and there. And they're catching on, guys, and their job is to make money. Our job is to find the spots to make money. So we can't bet everything if they're not going to offer it. The K prop is the spot, though, with Javier. Frankie Montas, 2.4 with a 3.28 ERA and 10 starts, 66 strikeouts and 57 innings. He had a 4.25 ERA in April and a 2.25 in May. So the guy's done turned it on. Last year versus the Astros, he was 3-1 with a 1.82 ERA, 29 strikeouts and 24 innings. 3 of 4 games he had a quality start. Pitches well versus this team, guys. And now he gets an Astros versus righties where they're just not hitting. They're walking 6.5%, only striking out 18% with a 230 average, 683 OPS, and an isolated power of 160. His K prop is at 7+ at +118. It's at 6 on Prize Picks at minus 137, and his fantasy score is at 32.5. Don't hate anybody who wants any which way of all of that, guys. I expect him to be out there 6+ innings. I expect his fantasy score to hit. and I expect his strikeouts to at least be at 6+. So I expect a big game from Frankie Montas. You can run K-props versus the Astros with righties. They are different versus righties and lefties. Blackburn hit his K-prop yesterday, so it's just different, guys. Bullpens, big difference too. Astros have the number 1 in the league, where the A's have the 17th in the league with a 3.84. No run first inning is at -145. There are some guys on this team with numbers. I don't know if Altuve will be in the lineup today after being pulled in the 7th inning yesterday, but he is 10 for 30 off of Montas with 2 home runs. And if he's in, I want his 2+ bases is at +139. His power numbers are just too good for +139, and Altuve's my guy. Brantley's has a 296 average and 27 at-bats with a home run, and his plus bases is the same thing, 2+ and +139. I'm not going to bet that one. I will bet Yuli Gurriel, guys, hits, runs, and RBIs is 2+ at -102. He has a 370 average and 27 at-bats, guys. That's absurd right there. He sees the guy well. I expect those guys in front of him to be on base. He can have a hit and RBI at the same damn time and cash it for me all at once. So give me Gurriel's hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ -102. Shout out to the chat, guys. Smash the like if you haven't, guys. We need to make some money. Hit the share, hit the retweet, and let's get to it. Prize picks. What am I betting today? I already told you guys, Taylor fade me. I'm going to give you some real honesty here, but Blake Snell under 5. I'm not good at betting under. I'm going to tell you that straight the fuck up. But the numbers say to fade him, and I'm going to fade him. But the numbers don't mean everything. Once again, numbers are like lawyers. They don't necessarily lie to you. They just don't necessarily tell the truth. All the numbers to me say fade Blake Snell on the road and versus these Cardinals. So I'm going to take them under 5.5. But fair warning, I'm not good betting unders. But I am putting it on a straight bet too. Then we get to Adam Wainwright. 27.5 fantasy score over, guys. Quality start walking at home. I expect him to go out there. I expect him to be in line for the win. And, 27.5 is too low for a guy I expect to go 7+ innings today on a bounce back. And then, like I said, Christian Javier is a must-play today. 6 strikeouts is -240 on the books. They're giving us that at a push. To get 7 is -104. This team's not walking. They're striking out. And I expect him to be out there for 6 innings. He may give up 3 runs in those 6 innings, but I expect 7+ strikeouts from Christian Javier today. So shout out to you guys. You guys rock. If you just tuned into the end to see what K-props I bet, go listen to what games I broke down. It's in there. Tough titties. Shout out to you guys, and let's get to it. What is this? What is this? Oh, Renfroe was on the 10-day. Good looking, JPZ. I appreciate it. Well, we will not be betting Renfroe today, and that just really helps out Justin Steele even more, guys. When you got a guy that smashes lefties not in the lineup, yeah, and Nadal's on fire, my guys. You don't even want to know, North Ender. I got a $5 ticket that pays $276 if Nadal wins off of Zverev, Rune, Nadal, 3-pick. Let's freaking go. We be pubbing, baby. We be pubbing. So shout out to you guys. Smash the like. And yes, I'm afraid of betting unders. I'm scared, Noli. I'm scared. Go on over to Prize Picks. Use promo code PubSports. Your first match deposit up to $100. They will match deposit it. So do us a favor. Do you a favor. And let's just keep this train rolling, guys. Let's smack the bookies. Let's keep the fuck the bookie tour 2022 in full effect. And if you haven't already, go on over to Pub Sports on Twitter, guys. Check out the Buy Me a Beer thing, okay? Buy a beer. We cracked off in San Antonio. It's going to crack off in Atlantic City, guys. What's $5? Fuck a dono to YouTube. Let's go put a dono to the Pub Sports crew, guys. Go buy us a beer over there, and let's get this train rolling and get this money in to fund us a big trip to Atlantic City, guys. So let's get on over there, buy a beer after we cash these K-props as a thank you. So until next time, let's keep this train rolling.